Good afternoon, folks. Sometimes morning, sometimes evening. Now it's afternoon. I've come up with a wonderful story for you all, as usual. I hope you all are enjoying my content and enjoying every moment of the content. And hopefully, today also, you all will feel the same. Today, I am going to present to you a very special story. At the end of the story, I'll tell you why it is so special. The haunted building. A house is never still in darkness to those who listen intently. There is a whispering in distant chambers. An unearthly hand presses the snib of the window. The latch rises. Ghosts were created when the first man awoke in the night. A very true saying. I have heard a lot of stories about haunted dwellings. Needless to say, I grew up in one such buildings. Today's story is quite interesting. Sean had been living in a 2 BHK flat for the past 19 years. Quite comfortable for the three of them. The dream of having an entire building to themselves was always on their wish list. So the hunt was on. On his recent vacation, he came across an advertisement that an entire building was for sale for only 30 lakhs. A throwaway price. That too in the heart of the city. I don't think it is true, echoed Julia, his wife. Sean was inquisitive and so set out to meet the rightful owner who lived in Molali, Kolkata. The owner, Bishambar Babu, was a cool pill. He treated Sean very well and also offered him lunch. Not wasting time, Sean came to the point. Why are you selling your building at such a low price? Is it on disputed land or are there any other legal issues? Bishambar Babu gave a cold stare at him and then suddenly broke into a weird laughter. I have to leave for Rajasthan for good, that too in a week, and I need the money badly. You have to pay me the money in cash on signing the papers. This is the only reason and nothing else. You are the first person to take me seriously. Sean took a look at all the rooms and the wonderful terrace. His heart leapt for joy. The deal was signed the next day, and he and his family shifted the very next week. Julia and Agatha, their daughter, was really ecstatic. Sean sat on his sofa and sipped his whiskey with pride. At last, he has done it. The ground floor had a small room facing the main road. Sean rented it to a mutton shop owner for 5,000. The day was pleasant, and then came the night. Sleeping in a new place sometimes can be testing for some time. But people get over it. It was around 1 a.m. in the morning, and suddenly a loud thud could be heard as if someone had slammed a window. Agatha jumped up from her bed, as it was her window. The window was still and showed no signs of movement. Sean and Julia rushed to her room and assured her that it was a new place and these type of sounds were common. They then returned back to their room. On returning to their room, Sean was shocked to see Julia lying dead asleep. Then who was it with him that accompanied him to Agatha's room? On turning back, he found no one. He found it quite amusing, as he was an atheist and didn't believe in any supernatural entity. Their sleep was interrupted in the early parts of the morning. A lot of people gathered in front of the mutton shop, and the owner looked very agitated. Sean ran down to find out what had happened. The owner explained that he had kept 25 kilos of mutton in the refrigerator last night. To his astonishment, only bones were found by him as he opened it in the morning. Sean stood there gobblified. He then recollected the hollow laughter of Bishambar Babu. A local resident was also at the shop, and he told Sean that this building had been abandoned for the past 10 years. It was haunted and nobody could stay there. Sean, for the first time, stood there in disbelief. The resident advised him to vacate it immediately before anything serious could happen. Sean rebuked him, calling him superstitious. He's saying he's superstitious. The crowd subsided after an hour. The mutton shop owner approached Sean. He was not willing to continue with the contract and wanted to leave immediately. He also agreed to forego the security deposit he had handed over to Sean before taking possession of the place. Sean was very disturbed. He went back to his room and discussed the matter with his wife. Both agreed to call a priest and have the house blessed. The local parish priest was invited to do the needful. Father Benedict, as he was called, arrived that very evening. The entire family, along with some close friends, sat together for the prayer. As soon as Father made the sign of the cross to begin the prayer, a steel glass came flying from nowhere and struck Father on his forehead. Father lay unconscious on the floor. A loud cry and laughter resounded in the entire room. Very distinctively, one could hear a male voice. It was very distinct. A male voice warning the family to leave immediately or face the consequences that will follow. Everyone ran out of the room in fear. Father Benedict was taken to the doctors while the family shifted from there. Bishambar Babu could not be contacted. Now the building remained locked with no one in it. Sean is still looking out for a buyer. Sometimes you may get lucky, but maximum not. Beware, there is someone there. Now let me come to the interesting part. After writing the story, my dear friends, it's a true story, mind it. I had decided, I'm on vacation, so I had decided that I'll prepare something special for my family. So I procured some mutton, okay, not from that shop, but from another shop. And I prepared a delicious meal, a steak, a mutton steak. Believe me or not, self-praise needs no recommendations. Since I'm saying it was delicious, I was preparing it, and we all sat for lunch. When I opened out the lid and went to serve the food, I had prepared around 1 kilo of meat. And believe me or not, there was only the gravy with hardly 3 or 4 small pieces of meat. The rest was gone. I really do not know where it went, but it's a fact. Everybody was shocked in the house. Where did that go and how? Something very, very unnatural. Any coincidence? Anything connected to my story? I really don't know. But anyhow, it's always good to be, careful. And it is a fact. The story is a fact also. And what I said is also a fact. So I thought of sharing it with y'all. Have a nice weekend, all of y'all. God bless. Ciao.